I may have girl bossed a little too close to the sun. If you're a follower of mine and you like my content and you want to see more, please watch this video all the way through. Let it loop once or twice if you're feeling really kind. I'm in Canada, we don't have a creator fund, it's not for money, it's just for visibility. I'm gonna leave my backup account up there and tell you what has transpired over the last 12 hours because people are clinically insane. So I woke up in the middle of the night, checked my phone, and one of my videos had been removed for a community guidelines violation, which, I mean, it happens. But it was one of my oldest videos. So like back in the days of yore, I used to make music education content for everyone who thinks I'm a data scientist or something. I have a grad degree in music. And those videos never really took off, so I stopped making them, but I was looking at it thinking it's weird that it got removed, like it was about inversions. But at this point it's 3 in the morning, I want to go back to bed, so I do. And when I wake up this morning, 9 more videos have been removed. And then it clicks that this is someone mass reporting my videos, right? I don't know why they're the oldest ones, but I digress. But that's how it works, right? Many an offended troll and their little band of troll babies have descended upon an account in an attempt to get it banned. So then I start thinking, who have I pissed off? And the answer is everyone. I made a ton of anti-MLM content. There are hundreds of people a day who come into my comment section and wish me like bodily harm, which as a caveat is so funny because 90% of them are like health and wellness. It's most likely that these videos started circulating in one of those huge like 1,000-person MLM groups, but I don't think that's what happened, and I'll tell you why. I had 10 videos taken down in an 8-hour span, and they all got removed for the same community guidelines violation, and it was this one. It's just so weird. I knew someone who had one of the— oh, it was me in high school. They tried to make me go to rehab, and I had to because I was 16. But like, I haven't talked about that anywhere online yet, so the only people who know it happened are the people I went to high school with, which is who the charts were about. Do I have an idea of who's leading the charge? Absolutely I do. Was she a mean girl? Absolutely she was. And like, people have accused me of being stuck in high school, but I mean like, damn girl. And I think I should be more upset about this because I am in real danger of losing my account. Like, I have a warning and everything because of these violations, but it's fan behavior and it's making me giggle. And like, if people are mass reporting my content, there's not much I can do. I've tried to appeal all the videos, but because they got mass reported, I didn't even have the option. All I can do is tell people about the backup account and make sure that they're following it if this one happens to disappear. If this account does disappear, we will rebuild in my home country of Utah. And if you want something to lift your spirits, just do what I'm doing and think about the fact that this girl stayed up all night on a Wednesday to watch my old videos and report them because she was mad about anonymous data. It's just so good. I just got on the phone with my friend and her account's banned. That's so good. I didn't name her anything, so unless someone in the comments is like a friggin' super sleuth. Good news, this series hasn't reached my hometown yet, so... Wait, I need that. A long time ago, someone found out that drinking the juices of fermented fruit made you really zoinked. And then a few thousand years later, Kelsey discovered that MLM boss babes really pissed her off. And she made a chart because she thought it would be funny. But in the interest of academia, I want you to know that I made this chart when I was already slightly... so take this with a grain of salt and probably don't take this seriously at all. But it is 100% factual. This is my chart. It's what we call peer-reviewed. This tracks the hair color of all of our boss babes when they join their respective MLMs. The colors represent what they actually are. So we've got blonde, brunette, redhead, and then the blue represents like a fashion color. You know how in the previous videos I kept saying like, Unique is fucking me up, I can't get a read on them? Like, why is Unique mainly brunettes? If we had mainly brunettes in our town, I would say that's totally fine, but like we've got, I don't get it. This is most certainly the grown-up grape juice talking, but there is a conspiracy here with Unique, and I am going to find it. I do have one other chart though. There was someone in my comment section that said you should try and plot the girls that sell MLMs and the girls that are offended when you call them out. And it was hard. It was hard based on the data, but I did get it. I figured a Venn diagram would work the best. So here you go. It's a circle. I may at some point present this data more professionally, but honestly, I feel like at this point, I've just knocked it out of the park. I had a really fun night last night, but I'm paying for it this morning. So here's a low effort video teaching you which pets are MLMs. This kind of MLM. Every single Chihuahua in the world is an MLM. Golden Retrievers are nice, but they are also MLMs. This is controversial, but cats are actually not MLMs. Whatever the hell this thing is, though, that's an MLM. Like a big long rat. Crested geckos? Yeah, MLMs. Parrots are like the worst MLM. Someone asked me if penguins are an MLM, and I can see why you asked that, but they're actually not. Your mom is an MLM. And this one's specific to Canadians, but house hippos are also an MLM. I hope that helped. I take tips in the form of Advil. This is a list of which dog breed I think you have based on which MLM you sell. If you sell Arbonne, I think you have a golden doodle, but you're specifically the type of person who tells everybody that you have a golden doodle. If you sell It Works, you have an Australian Shepherd, probably a mini Australian Shepherd. If you sell Herbalife, you have a bulldog, but you thought it was a pug when you bought it. If you sell Monet, you have a Yorkie. It actually used to look like this, but then you use Monet on it and its hair fell out. If you sell any type of essential oils, I think you have an Italian Greyhound, but like specifically the ones that have the anxiety shakes. And if you have a dachshund, you were smart enough to not fall into an MLM, but not smart enough to avoid going into a fine arts degree. This is part 4 of tracking all the MLM girlies from my small hometown and sharing the data with you. As a quick reminder, all of this is 100% anonymous and I do not use information that isn't publicly available. Now I'm going to start this one off by showing you a screenshot of a message I got, but before I do, I want you to know that this girl gave me permission. No, seriously, look, she gave me express written permission. So I get this message around noon today. Hey, hun. Hey, hun. So I saw your TikTok about people from school and just wanted to chat, no hate. And I said, of course, what's up? So she starts typing. She's typing for a really long time. So finally I message and say, do you want me to remove your stuff from the sheet? Because if you let me know you want your name removed, I will. It's all anonymous. No one knows it's you, but I'll take it off. And we actually had a super great conversation after that. Just kidding. She came with an energy. She said, I'm just going to let you pause to read. Needed some water for that burn. But she's actually not the first one I heard from. I got a message the other day, a text message on my phone to my phone number. So sad, little loser. Quickly followed up with, can't assume you know someone just from their Insta bio. And like, you're totally right. I cannot get to know a person just from the couple lines they have in their Instagram bio. But you know what I can do with an Instagram bio? Spreadsheets. I wanted to see like which MLM buzzwords appeared the most in people's profiles, and I thought it would be funny in word cloud form. It was funny in word cloud form. Pause to read. I've got to admit, I was really confused by John for a second until I realized it's probably a Bible verse that they're quoting, which makes sense because Jesus. I also really love the juxtaposition of so many of these girls being like, Jesus, when the last time I saw you, you were passed out on a hay bale after drinking one too many Mike's Hard Lemonades. I also forgot to say that I expanded the data set. I'm in the process of doing it right now. It's by no means complete. It used to be just this 5-year set of girls that I went to high school with, but I expanded that and now it's most of the girls in my town. And the neighboring towns. And Saskatoon. For those of you who don't know, I live in Utah. So that means we have some new MLMs to chart. Everyone welcome our new contenders, Mary Kay, Melaleuca, and Pampered Chef. Let's break down the top 6 buzzwords by the MLMs that use them. First up, Jesus. Who loves Jesus? Herbalife, oddly. Unique does not. Buzzword number 2, girl. I don't know exactly what to infer from this, other than some of them must really like saying, hey girl. The buzzword health or healthy tracks about as well as you'd expect. Beachbody, Herbalife, Melaleuca, like fitness or organic things. Using the word wife or wifey, again, unique surprisingly low and Usborne weirdly high. Any variation on the word mom, and this also includes mama bear. Usborne takes the lead on that one, but I mean it makes sense because they're kids' books. This one didn't show up in my word cloud for some reason, but DM was really high. And this chart cracks me up because I get 2 things from it. The first one is that the Beachbody girls don't want to put in the work to message you first. You message them. And second, Mary Kay does not want you to DM them. I'm actually going to make an educated guess here and say that Mary Kay is a bit of an older MLM, and a lot of the people selling it are probably like 35 plus and may not know what the word DM means. Gen Z? Gen Z? Girl, I'm 29! I may not be an elder millennial, but we grew up with MySpace and MSN just like you did. Me saying 35 plus comes from the fact that I live in a town that is behind the times. Parks and Rec put it best.
People in this town are just now getting into Nirvana. I don't have the heart to tell them what's going to happen to Kurt Cobain in 1994.
And you're just gonna have to trust me on that, because I don't have any data to back it up. Wrong. I texted all the people in my phone that are from this town and between the ages of 35 and 40 to see if they knew what the word DM meant. I'm gonna go do some paperwork while you enjoy these. One of them got it though. You wanna see what that looks like in chart form? Also, I did a little bit of investigating because everyone was like, you don't have any oils in your town? And I wanted to know why, because it is weird. Just call me Nancy Drew because I found them. There is a lady here that runs a store and she sells the oils in her store. Now, I don't have any data to back this up, but I am going to make the assumption that she kind of has a mafia level control over that corner of the market. And my friend sent me a picture the other day of the church that she goes to. They have a little brochure holder on the wall. And there's 4 brochures all in a row. It's like, learn about God, God hates gays, don't have sex before marriage, Arbonne. There's more coming, a lot more. Go follow my backup account because they're mad and they're coming for me. I lost one of my best friends to an MLM. Not my like best, my childhood best friend, although despite being religious and a full-time mom, she has not fallen victim to one of these. Good job, Linz, I love you. But this was a friend that I had made when I lived in another province, and she was in every aspect of my life. We were super close, and I lost her completely in like the span of 2 minutes. And just to not make you wait until the end of the video, the MLM I'm speaking about is It Works, and you'll actually notice in any of my spreadsheets, it's not one I track, and it's because I have such a deep-seated hatred for this MLM, and I don't think I can research it and present the data without a bias. It Works was a saving grace for my friend because she had gained a bunch of weight while she was pregnant with her son. And we can shout body positivity and fat positive into the universe until we die, but the fact of the matter is that most people are still very insecure and they do not see worth in themselves unless they are thin. So my friend, in a vulnerable position, she was living in a new town. She had no supports, no friends around, and someone came up to her and introduced her to It Works to help her lose the weight that she wanted to lose. And it worked for her because she was eating essentially like 800 calorie a day keto gummies and like laxative coffee. Now my friend, my ex-friend, she's not a dumb person. She's not the kind of person who gets roped easily into these things. And I do believe her start with this company was born of a genuine love for the fact that their products had made her lose 85 pounds. Like, she was back to her skinny self, and because the world as a whole rewards that, her life felt better. My friend came back to visit us when her son was a few months old, and I have this video. I'll show you the video. This is a video of my dog meeting a human baby for the first time. She had no idea what it was or what to do with it, and it's adorable. It's like the cutest video I've ever taken, and I can't enjoy it because I'm just too heartbroken over everything that happened. So, what happened? Well, It Works sells this gut health line, and if you're wondering what gut health is, it's nothing. It's vague on purpose, so they can sell you whatever the hell they want. And the line that they feed you with this gut health stuff is that every single problem you have in your body is caused by having an improper, like, balance in your gut. And if you just use their products, you can fix it, and it will magically fix everything else. This is a $330 cure for everything, including, according to It Works, your mental health. So, this story starts and ends on Bell Let's Talk Day, and if you're not in Canada, you don't know what that is. Bell Let's Talk Day is a mental health initiative that is spearheaded by one of our big telecom providers here. It's semi-controversial. If you want, you can Google it. I'm not going to go into it here, but everybody uses the Bell Let's Talk hashtag on social media, and then Bell goes and donates a whole bunch of money to mental health initiatives all over Canada. I always post something on Bell Let's Talk Day, not in support of the day really, but just because mental health is very important to me. I want to make sure that we have access to resources that can help people with their mental health, especially because I live in a northern and an isolated community, and the mental health supports here are a joke. And for a lot of Canada, we're in a mental health crisis. It's important to me. And my ex-friend, she struggled with her mental health a lot. She had debilitating anxiety, which she was in counseling and was medicated for, and when I knew her, she was doing a lot better because of these things. And It Works convinced my friend that she should go off of her anxiety meds and just rely on their products, that it was going to help her. And because my friend was doing very well selling her products, she's very charismatic and bubbly, she could sell anything to anyone, her brain wasn't really registering the anxiety, the underlying anxiety she still had, because she was so hopped up on the adrenaline from being admired and being liked and being successful. And so she, on Bell Let's Talk Day, made this very long post about how nobody should have faith in Western medicine, how her anxiety meds never did anything for her, and that everyone should go off their meds and she could fix them with the stuff she was selling. I responded, and I will take responsibility for this, I responded very poorly. I sent her quite an angry message on Facebook, and before she had a chance to read it, I posted something on my personal page as well, basically saying that you have no right to get in the way of anybody's mental health, that doctors are there for a reason, there's a care plan there for a reason. You can't just take people off the meds that they are using to be functional and sane and alive. I got immediately blocked on absolutely everything. And a mutual friend told me that she had later posted some pretty nasty stuff about the haters and the non-believers, and my friendship just ceased to exist in the course of 90 seconds. I lost a 4-year friendship with her husband. I lost any chance to be a part of their child's life. Their 2 dogs, which we loved like our own and took in multiple times while they were trying to sell their house. I mean, this was not an insignificant friendship. Because it's open to the public, on a business account of mine, every once in a while, I do check up on her on Instagram just to see if maybe she ever got out, and she hasn't. Every single post that she's made for the past couple of years is accompanied by an income disclosure statement. She posts a picture of her son at a birthday party, and the caption is, "Wouldn't have been able to afford this without my side hustle." Or she posts a picture of her daughter. They had a daughter, and it says, "Mini rep in the making." I don't even see the person that I knew anymore. She was funny, she was witty, she was so creative, and that person just doesn't exist anymore because her entire life is about It Works. When we talk about the danger of MLMs and the fact that they're predatory, we're not just talking about them being scammy recruitment tactics and making people lose money. And a lot of people will say, well, I earn money, and I'm sure you do. I'm sure some of you do. But at what cost? I'm currently working with some really cool people to get more of this information out there. Thank you for continuing to tune in, and I promise I'll make a spreadsheet soon.